And he held back in a lot of his fights because he didn't want to kill anyone.
I want to know who your favorite is, but before going on with that, is there kind of like a gentleman's agreement in fighting now? Like, you know, is this where the tapping comes in and all this other stuff where it's like, dude, I don't want to fucking hurt you. Like, I've got you. Like, it's checkmate, man. It's checkmate.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Not totally, though.
No?
No.
It's all the way to the end? You know you can fucking, like...
I mean, you'll see some cases of like guys like kind of looking to the ref like, you're gonna like stop this thing.
Yeah.
And I think some of it's from I want to win and be done.
Yeah.
But also like, you know what I mean? Like they're also looking out for the guy a little bit.
Yep.
I remember Matt Brown was beating the shit out of someone one time. And he looked at the ref a few times. And even like after the fight, he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, because he like one, because he knew he had the fight done.
Yeah.
And two, he didn't want to have to kill that fucking guy. You know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's it's kill or be killed. Like if the other guy, if you're on the other side of that, you don't know what that guy's gonna be doing. You know.
But there's also like people play within rule, like nobody's punching each other in like the trachea and shit like that and grounding pound. Like, you know, like.
If they could, they would.
Really?
Yeah. Why not?
No, I guess so. I guess
Right?
there's still, yeah. I guess I don't know, but you're not doing like, you know.
I mean, within the rule set, you are trying to separate that guy.
Can you punch in the neck?
Yeah, you're trying to separate that guy from his, consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
By whatever means.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah.
Well, so be it. That's
Yeah.
what you're signing up for. Who's your favorite boxer?
So one of my favorite boxers ever is a guy you've never heard of, and I want you to look him up. See, I wonder what he's doing nowadays. This dude, Vinny Matalone. From Queens. He was I think he was like a minor league baseball player.
I love this guy.
And he entered like some strong tough man competitions.
Yeah.
And like started like winning, and had like a little run where he was headlining like the small like Friday night fights on ESPN and stuff. I remember
Yeah.
Look this dude up, because I actually, a reason why I liked him was I got to meet him. So my uncle Richie, he was friends with his promoter.
Okay.
Right? So it went down, and like I got to meet him before the fight. I shook his hand and shit. Cool guy. I was like a little kid. I went with my uncle Richie and my grandpa. I remember we watched this fight. And this dude's winning, knocks this dude down. I believe he's fighting Brian Mitchell. Knocks him down 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times in the fight. In the 10th round of the 10-round fight, Brian Mitchell knocks him out. And I remember my grandpa turned to me. We were big like Yankee fans. He was like, "I would have rather see the Yankees been up 4-0 and lost to the Red Sox." Ends up happening a few years later.
3-0, yeah.
He fought Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Up 3-0. Who?
Vinny Matalone.
If he did, I didn't know about that. Yeah. Vinny Matalone. But bro,
This guy?
just swinging. Yeah.
Richie Incognito, huh?
Bro, just swinging.
Hey, bro, big, strong,
Just
fast
swinging.
will take you a long way in this world. Big, strong, fast.
Bro, he just in there just whack.
He looks like an actor playing a boxer in a movie.
Yeah.
How old?
I didn't even know he fought Tyson Fury.
How old? How
He
old?
fought
Vinny,
Evander Holyfield too.
how old
Yeah, dude,
Vinny
he was-
Matalone do on the post fight drug test there? You figure?
I don't know, but
Wow, look at young Tyson Fury moving,
Yeah.
huh?
yeah.
What do you do with a 6'9" guy who can jab and move?
No
I guess the first person to figure it out will tell us.
Yeah.
Oy.
Yeah, Vinny Matalone, just East Coast.
Speaking
you know what I
of-
mean, like,
Did you hear that NBA player talking about if you gave him 6 months to train, he'd beat John Jones?
no.
What's his name? Did you see this, Christian? Mm-mm. He's like an NBA tough guy. He's like one of the better defensive players in the NBA, and apparently he fought growing up. And like, I forget who. He was on somebody famous's podcast, and they were talking about, if you weren't in the NBA, what would you
James
be
Johnson?
like? Yeah, I think that's it. He's like, oh, I'd be a fighter. And they're like, well,
I think I could beat him for real. Within a year of training defense, I just need ground defense. I've been punching and kicking since I was 5, 6 years old.
Yeah, I got my money on
That's
John.
cap. That's cap.
Hey, but I mean, I'm sure he believes
pull
that.
up the
but
video
we talked
if you
about
can.
that a few times.
Hey, listen. Also, 6'8", professional athlete.
Yeah.
Like, don't trip. Big, strong, fast. I mean, maybe don't start with John Jones.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know.
There he
I
is.
could beat him for real. But like I said, I think I could beat him for real. But like I said, with a year of training defense, I just need ground defense.
I think the scary thing, because we're big athletes, it's like, okay, JJ can move how you move, and he's 6'8". Right. That's the scary part, like where, okay, he can do everything you do, and he's 6'8". Like
JJ versus JJ.
The big difference comes in.
Yeah, and the opposite is he started learning how to use your hands and your feet. After college? Like, I've been punching and kicking since I was 5, 6 years old. So, like, the same thing for me, though, is the opposite for him because he's been wrestling for that long. Learning all his wrestling moves and things like that for that long.
There's only one way to find out, bro.
I started learning the wrestling and all that in middle school, the jiu-jitsu. You know,
If he had a time machine, maybe he could do it. But in a year, he's not learning.
Not enough for John Jones.
No.
But we saw it with Matt Mitrione. We saw it with Hardy. You know, they made it. Yeah, they're high level. When you're a high level athlete, it can translate pretty quickly.
For sure.
You know. I
want to see that.
We haven't
did
seen
that
an
scrap
NBA.
with anyone in the NBA? Let's see.
JJ.
Yeah, I want to see him throw some hands. I want to see how he fights a little bit. Yeah, I don't know.
What was that? That was like the old school.
This?
Like, yeah, that was like.
Yeah.
Oh, they trade punches here.
Oh, let's go, JJ. JJ's supposed to be a bad mother sucker, man.
Who's he play for?
He's been a journeyman, I think. Oh.
That must just be it.
That's Serge Ibaka's a bad mother sucker too. Tough guy.
Looks like he can fight both stance. Looks like he throws those punches from southpaw, and then steps into orthodox.
Nice. Good. I can't see anything.
Here,
Yeah,
on.
no, it's not a great.
I think he has other fights too.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Hold on.
And it would be interesting to see an NBA guy. NBA guys, if you ever talk to NBA guys, they think they'd be the best in every other sport. Like they could just walk on a football field,
game.
they'd be the best.
It is an athletic game, man.
Big time.
Jumping, running.
Big, and they're big.
Boy, Embiid diving in, but he lost it to Dragic.
First of all, gotta love the hustle. He's a hustler.
And Covington shoving Dragic in the meantime. Richardson at the other end, along with Embiid.
Most fun part of a sport is when a fight breaks out, eh?
For sure.
Embiid scrambling into the picture, and an official's trying to hold him back. And now security
Joel
personnel
Embiid.
coming out to make sure that
Trust the process.
My other favorites are Arturo Gotti. You know,
You like this style?
I loved Arturo Gotti as a kid.
Just to watch, but you wouldn't like recommend fighting that style, I wouldn't imagine.
No. I'd say you want to fight more like a Lennox Lewis. Yeah, Lennox Lewis is up there too. But I like Mickey Ward, Arturo Gotti. When you know those fights, how could you not be huge fans of both those guys? I like a guy when you really see their heart. You know,
That's the Donald Cerrone style. That's the stand there and let's hammer, let the chips fall where they may.
yeah.
You know, I didn't come here to dance. I mean, who are some guys like that? Who was the guy? He always lost, but he'd stand there and just get bloodied for everybody. Oh, what the hell was his name? He was always burping. What the hell was his name?
Clay Guida.
Clay Guida.
He won a bunch of fights.
He won a bunch, but I like.
Clay Guida was a wild man, bro.
Yeah, he was crazy.
Had cardio for days.
Long hair.
Yep.
Yeah, he go hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clay Guida is a
Loved Chuck Liddell back in the day. Couture.
James Toney was another one of boxer of my generation.
Is that right? You like Toney?
Oh yeah, Tony's great. Because well, I liked when he went up to heavyweight because heavyweight was kind of weak.
John Ruiz.
John Ruiz is who he beat.
I'm wrong. I can't believe I forgot. My favorite boxer of all time. I can't believe I forgot. Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah,
Roy Jones Jr. is my favorite of all
Then
time.
that makes you think about guys like Bernard Hopkins.
Oh, Hop, the executioner.
B-Hop.
The executioner.
You have
Can't
Antonio
be stopped.
Tarver.
Tarver.
And that
Tarver.
you know, I mean, Glenn Johnson in the mix,
Yeah.
like that. That was a good little time in our life.
Yeah. None of those guys were any good in the media except for Roy Jones, so they didn't get the pub.
Yeah. And
Mason the Line Dixon.
Yeah. Antonio Tarver. And I got another one who I think would be I think I got to say better than Roberto Duran, a better guy who crossed over into MMA. Bud Crawford.
Oh,
Terrence Crawford.
He wrestles.
He wrestles. He's got a little
yeah.
jiu-jitsu too. Dude can grapple.
For sure. Yeah, you could see that. You could see that for sure. Bud Crawford, man, he
made that crossover.
Oof. Tony.
Pull up, yeah.
At least Tony tried.
Tony was great. Big shit talker. His sparring, you could watch him. His sparring, it's so fucking funny.
Really?
Yeah. Gotta run real quick.
Did you ever see Chris? Did you ever see the video of Roy? What the hell's his name? Did you ever see the video of Sugar Ray Leonard on a he's on like a cruise ship and he's doing a promotion for some kind of like show that he's on or some shit like that. And they said, hey, one of our chefs was a pro boxer, you know, do you want to throw some hands for the promotion? Guy's like, yeah, sure, for sure. But Sugar Ray goes to him, he goes, hey, look, do me a favor, buddy. Just nothing in the head because I just had an injury with my eye. Yeah. So the guy hits, you see how they're just messing around? Sugar Ray's like, hey, this is cool. So the guy hits Sugar Ray in the eye, and then you can see Sugar Ray decides, oh, okay, that's what we want to do.
It's changing now.
That's what we want to do. And
yeah, you ain't just stealing on me, son. You think you're gonna come in here and swag on me?
That's it. He hit him in the eye.
Bitch.
And that was the whole thing. He said, I just had surgery on my eye. Don't hit me in the head. And he hits him in the head right there. And now Sugar Ray decides, oh, okay, there it is.
You can see it in his face.
There it is. He goes, okay, chef, you want to do this? We can do this.
Speaking of Sugar Ray, the original Sugar Ray Robinson, that's who Ali, who you probably got to say
you gotta watch this.
Greatest ever is Ali or Joe Louis as a heavyweights, you know?
Oh, look at him. Right to the liver. He goes, all right, you want to play? Oh, okay. I thought we were playing. I thought you liked this game. Where you going? Another one to the liver. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, guys like, I think
he's being nice to him, and that's how you nicely dispense of someone.
That's how,
because
he said, don't hit me in the face.
Coming up in gyms and stuff, you know what I mean. Someone wants to get active like that.
Yeah,
you got to green light them, and the green light, you know, back in the day was you fucking knock them out.
Okay,
you give them a concussion. You know what I mean? The nice way to do that is to hit him with some body shots.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's a nice way to do it. Give him a little kick in the liver. Give him a little liver
hey,
shot.
how you doing?
Touch the liver. That's the nice way to dispose of someone who's getting a little too active.
I got Bud grappling here if you want to see that.
Oh, let's go.
In jeans.
Oh, solid leverage. Oh, look at the sprawl.
Sprawl is beautiful.
Sprawl, whizzer. Oh, connect.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at him using the fucking...
Oh, yeah. Oh, there it is. That's a pin. That's a pin, baby.
He's tapping to the pin.
Who taps to a pin?
A little cradle action.
Yeah, that was a whole cradle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, spladle cradle.
I think I saw him armbar someone in one of those too. But yeah, I think he'd be the one.
Well,
he'd be the one that would come into the modern game. Obviously,
we're gonna see Jake Paul soon.
Back in the day.
We're gonna see old Jake Paul making that transition soon. PFL, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
I bet you, man. Look, a fighter's a fighter. Fighter's a fighter. They'll figure it out. If Tyson Fury learned how to throw kicks at 6'9", that would be a fucking problem for people. If Deontay Wilder could throw kicks like he throws bombs, that'd be a problem.
You're a big Foreman guy, huh?
I like George Foreman.
What do you like about him so much? Should I watch that Netflix thing on him?
I thought it's worthwhile. It's worthwhile. You know, it gets pretty preachy, but I mean that's who he is. Yeah, you know. But it's worthwhile. What do I like about George Foreman? Stylistically, he's a guy that
he's a throwback to this.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, it's a guy like when I was boxing, I like George Foreman because I couldn't do the things other guys were doing. I wasn't able, like I was never gonna be like a, you know, light on my feet, move around. So like having a guy that would just like stay tight, you know, throw from odd angles, you know what I mean, and you know,
you just weren't that type of athlete ever.
Nah, and it never really appealed to me to do it. You know, like I was broad-shouldered. I like I don't need to be up here because guys they don't hit me as well. You know, so like watching him was watching like Riddick Bowe, watching George Foreman. It was beneficial to like my body type, and then seeing him be able to last and stay with these other guys and kind of fight his style was just impressive to me personally. It's like you watch a guy, like, you can watch Ken Griffey Jr. swing a bat your whole life. I can't swing like Ken Griffey Jr. I can respect it. It's amazing, but I couldn't. I don't have the body to have that whip from the backside. But like I can watch, a David Ortiz.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could watch, a Mike Piazza, and I can be like, all right, I can do that. I can watch a Mark McGwire and be like, yeah, I can hit like that. So I'm not sitting here saying Mark McGwire is better than Ken Griffey Jr. He's not. But for me, I had to model myself more on a Mark McGwire than Ken Griffey Jr. So that's what I like about, a George Foreman. Frankly, yeah. Like I just, what he's doing makes sense to me.
Let's build a boxing Mount Rushmore.
By weight class?
Nah, it's kind of like whatever.
Nat, but we got anything we got 10 minutes left. Do we have anything in? All right, cool. So, boxing Mount Rushmore. All right, I think Ali. I'll go Ali.
Yep.
I'd probably go Jack Johnson.
Okay.
Probably go Rocky Marciano. Floyd. No, you're not putting Floyd up there?
I don't know.
Made the most money.
When I think of that's a great point. All right, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Why? See, I almost feel like what we're getting from Marciano is what we're getting from Floyd. We get guys who stayed undefeated. I think you gotta put Ali in there. Jack Johnson, I think because he's a pioneer. I
don't know. I think Marciano kind of saved boxing. I think he saved it in many ways because the boxing had so many scandals.
People forget about Pacquiao. I was thinking about Pacquiao before. And is that Hagler?
That looks like Foreman. That's Ali, Foreman,
and then who?
Hagler, and
That's
Pacquiao.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the one.
Yeah, I was thinking about. I was going to mention Pacquiao before.
What do you think about Pacquiao?
Pacquiao's one of the greats.
Really?
One of the greats. Yeah, I almost feel like now he's been out for a few years. He almost gets the
disrespected
a little bit
because of the way it ended with Floyd.
I think with Marquez knocking him out, and with Floyd, how Floyd kind of fought him at the right time. He didn't fight him when they were both really in their primes. He kind of waited him out a little bit.
The Marquez thing shouldn't be anything. He beat Marquez 4 times.
I know.
And then Marquez in the last fight apparently had something weird with he had casted plaster.
Is that true?
Yeah, he had like I don't know what this does, but apparently there's a certain like type of tape that with the sweat of your hands basically like turns it into fucking like concrete or some shit.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury's been accused of that too.
Yeah, I don't know the whole thing with. I've heard Deontay Wilder talk about like how you see like the glove almost like go like this.
Yeah. Loose glove. So he's hitting them. He's either hitting them with his like palm up against the leather, or he's actually been accused of like sliding his hand down in the glove, so that's like his knuckle. So the glove is like.
Oh, got you. So he's punching with like the softer part, almost, or like where there's no padding.
It's basically bare knuckle. It's just the leather there. So like it's like it's loosely tied.
And that makes his reach even longer.
Yeah, so he like slaps you. He's like flicking it out, and then when he goes to punch, it's like bare knuckle is what he's being accused of.
Interesting.
Yeah, cool. Because that's the argument. People are like, well, he's not throwing punches like this. And then Wilder's like, no, he's not. That's the point. He's throwing punches, but the glove is out here, so he's making contact. And there are some.
I've seen some video on.
There's some weird angles. Some weird angles.
Yeah,
he's definitely got something going on that nobody else is doing with those gloves.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I kind of made up that he was, and I think he's borderline one of the heavyweight goats as well.
Getting close. The only problem with him is outside of Wilder, there hasn't been much high level competition.
He's fighting Usyk. Is that how you say his name?
Usyk, I think.
I don't think he is. He's gonna fight Ngannou.
They just signed that.
Usyk?
Yeah. He's gonna fight Ngannou, and then he's gonna fight I think Usyk in like January or something.
So he's gonna fight Ngannou and then Usyk.
I think Ngannou's gonna be like an exhibition.
Got you. Got you. What do you
cool
think of Ngannou as the is he the true heavyweight champ or no?
Is he the true heavyweight champ?
Do you think
John
Ngannou-
Jones is the heavyweight
John Jones
champ.
is the heavyweight champ?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I think. But I love Francis Ngannou. I would have loved to see that fight. It is what it is. You know what I mean? He's John Jones has the belt.
John Jones has the belt.
You know.
Yeah.
So
is he the PFL champ? Did they just gift him the heavyweight championship at the PFL?
No, I think he's got to fight for it.
He's got to fight for it.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for coming, buddy. You're the champ. Why don't you sit here, champ?
Yeah. Leaving as the champ is pretty interesting.
Has that ever happened before?
In UFC, I don't think so.
They tried to do it in WWE back when it was WWF.
Oh yeah.
Yes. This is the beginning of what's known
Bret
as
the Hitman Hart?
the Montreal screw job.
Screwjob?
The Montreal screw job.
That's hilarious because like Vince McMahon's like a real character. He's
really
like a real
is.
villain.
He really is.
in this story.
And do you know the story behind that?
Yeah.
About how Brett says, I will lose it to anybody but
Shawn
Michaels. I'll give it to anybody but. He said it really should be the Taker. Taker's done things the right way. I'd be glad to lose it to Taker. And he's like, yeah, no, that's great. And then like he's like, yeah, but you're gonna fight Shawn Michaels, and you're gonna lose. He's like, I'm not gonna lose to Shawn Michaels. They're like, well, we can't DQ you because then you're still the champion. You're gonna leave. You're leaving. You have to lose. He goes, I'm not gonna lose to Shawn Michaels. So for people that don't know,
I think they were fucking the same girl.
was that what it was?
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels has now that all these shoot interviews are coming out, not a lot of guys have a lot of good things to say about early Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. I think Shawn Michaels doesn't have a lot of good things to say about early Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels,
I think he's become a Christian. He's grown.
Yeah.
I think he's, you know what I mean?
I fucking hate when they do that.
You do?
Oh,
you
it's
want
such
to
a
just stay a piece
cop-out.
of shit?
No, I'd like.
Some people, that's the way
No,
they find religion,
that's
and
a
they
good
find
point.
and they find their.
That's
you know
a
what I
good
mean?
point. But then it's like the whole like, you've been absolved. Like, oh well, he's a different guy now. Fucking asshole. Like I can't be mad at him. You know.
You can.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, God forgives. I don't.
God forgives, but I don't.
We got. You know what his real name is?
Who?
Shawn Michaels.
No.
It's like Shawn.
Michael Shawn?
It's like Shawn like Hickenloofer or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, from Houston, Texas.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Steve Austin.
Steve, I was just gonna say Steve Austin. That's my favorite wrestler ever.
It's Hickenbottom.
Hickenbottom?
Michael Shawn Hickenbottom.
Hickenbottom.
Hickenbottom's hilarious.
Michael Shawn Hickenbottom. Mike Hickenbottom is not the heavyweight champion of the world. Go back what you were talking about earlier. Names matter.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury, heavyweight champion of the world. Shawn Michaels,
Tyson
heavyweight
Fury.
Shawn Michaels, heavyweight champion of the world. Mike Hickenbottom? He's a fucking nobody. He's a nobody from nowhere.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's my guy, bro.
Absolutely. Steve Williams? Stunning Steve Williams?
Yeah. Stone Cold, baby. Yeah. Who's your favorite wrestler, Christian?
Sabby Piscatelli, I think.
Sabio?
Yeah.
Sabatino? Sabatino?
Just because he comes in here sometimes.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Who's your fave?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Probably Stone Cold. The Rock's right there. The Rock. I'm going to go with Rock.
Yeah.
Rock.
I was Stone Cold over The Rock.
Rock. I like Stone Cold. I like the factions. DX.
DX is cool.
NWO.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bump, 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 bump. Oh, dude, I was a big Razor Ramon stan when I was a kid.
Yeah?
Pull up Razor Ramon Meng. M-E-N-G. Look at this dude walking around. I love how they just ripped off Scarface. Didn't even think twice. No copyright infringement, nothing. Scott Hall is a big Irish guy from Baltimore, Maryland. Razor Ramon. He's a political
Second night to the bad guy. He was Scarface.
He was Scarface. Yeah. But he's like one of the biggest icons in Miami history. Like, they love him down here.
Yeah, brother.
He came down here rocking the gold chains.
Yeah.
He was like, he wasn't even like Scarface. He was like Scarface's best friend who was fucking his sister there.
Yeah,
Manolo. Yeah, who ended up being, what was his name? There he is. Oh, let's go.
What a tragic
What's
ending.
up, Chico? Handsome bastard, huh?
Audio, man.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that acting. First class. I living the good life, man.
Big jacked, hairy chest, little spit curl
I
in
don't
the
have
front.
to be like Chico.
Last night, I called you, you never called me back.
I call you, never call me back.
No, Chica, you don't understand. You have something. You have a good time. I'm through with you now. Get out of here. I'm through with you.
I'm through with you. Drink a white wine.
Keep going or no?
Those shoot interviews are funny as hell. These guys were drugging like a motherfucker.
I don't understand how they drank so much and kept those physiques.
Steroids?
How many steroids? My God.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Lots of steroids, dude.
One of the
They were
greatest quotes.
drinking and drugging. They were taking pills.
Somas?
Yeah.
Like, my God almighty.
motherfuckers.
Did you see that thing with Kurt
What is
Angle?
a soma?
The soma's like what they give people fucking to
Somatropin, right? Or
yeah,
something?
it's like what they give people to fucking like when they're gonna do surgery and shit like that.
It's HGH, right? That's all it is.
Soma?
Yeah, isn't it?
I don't think so.
No,
I thought Soma was like a
Soma's like a drug, like a partisan
Yeah.
drug that they were using.
but if we're gonna do Scott Hall, we got to do his final speech at his Hall of Fame induction ceremony. One of the more memorable and inspirational speeches of all time, as he had gotten sober at that point. For people that don't know, Scott Hall struggled with massive
How'd he pass?
addiction problems. I think pretty tragically, like he had a heart attack and then he wasn't able to get to the phone and then fell into a coma and then slipped away, like internal failure. Years and years just caught up with him.
So Soma is a muscle relaxer. Yeah, you're right. Blocks pain and sensations between the nerves and the brain.
Yeah, I think it's what they give people for like when they're gonna do like localized surgeries and shit, where they don't want you to go completely out, but it get you on like La La Land or something. Like, have you ever like been in the dentist when they're pulling a tooth and you're not all the way out? Like, I think Soma's like what they give you.
You want me to play his speech, his Hall
Just
of Fame
the end,
induction?
just the end. Yeah.
Bring it up.
Hard time. Here it is.
And all the fans watching around the world.
I love me some Scott Hall. Thank you, Razor.
Is that it?
What the? No.
Relationship.
No.
New video, but
Hard times don't last, but bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Look that up. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
say goodnight to the bad guy.
Say goodnight to the bad guy. You need me. Yeah, Scott Hall. Love me some Scott Hall.
Yeah, it was that video. It was just earlier.
All right.
Let's see.
Hard work pays off.
Yeah, a little more than that, a little earlier. Here we go.
Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
Woo! I think that'll
Way to take us out.
do for today, boys. Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. For the great Christian Perello here in the podcast studios, Natalie, I think, out in Vegas. Mickey Gall over here
Oh
to
yeah,
my
for
right.
all the people reaching out asking why we're not at Skankfest, ask Lewis. All right, ask Lewis. For all the people that have been messaging me,
And-
if I'm there.
I'm Gerard Michaels, and we'll see you Saturday at 2. Peace.
Sure, you're having fun out there. Sure, it's a great time.
Big kiss.
Bye, guys. Love you. Big kiss.